going to answer the question, what is a challenge call, in a few different ways, and in an attempt to kind of create a world, of what I see that it is, and attempt to kind of communicate it. So, so one answer to the question is a 20 to 30-minute coaching call. It is a coaching call with a real specific intention. And the intention of the challenge call is to literally leave someone with a new future about something that's important to them. So, someone maybe is powerful in business, but is single and doesn't really see any possibility for themselves in the world of romance and love and relationship. Or maybe someone is really powerful in every part of their life except for their career, or whatever it is, right? But at the end of those 20 or 30 minutes, you literally, many people are shocked, I have to say, you'll literally have an alternate, like a new possible future in front of you that's actually like, oh. And not that you have to do anything about that, but, a couple of things happen. First of all, you have a new possible future, so that, if it is something that isn't working for you, a new possible future could be a really great thing. And you also, something that looked unmovable, now all of a sudden looks movable. And that actually can be a transformation in and of itself. Because if you're related to something that's important to you, like it's unmovable and it's always going to be this way, and I'm never going to be the one, or just whatever it is that people conjure up, then that thing actually does become unmovable, not by virtue of that it is, but you're having it be so, And once that stops, and all of a sudden, like, oh, that sort of disorienting space, like, oh, maybe something is possible, So that's really the challenge. That's really the promise of the challenge call, and that you really get the possibility of creating your life from nothing. Like, oh, I could actually, any aspect of my life that's important to me, I could really go to work on creating it inside of like a new future, something that's important to me. So, so that's the challenge call, and Greg and I deliver those challenge calls. It's our delight. There's no fee or charge. It's just really how we can. Pardon?
Our gift.
Yeah, it's our gift, and so it's a gift. Yeah. So another answer to the question was the challenge call is just a gift, and it's another answer is it's our way to communicate to the world, who we are and what we stand for, and like for me, my whole purpose in this thing is to fulfill the possibility of love and contribution. That's where the challenge call brand got started from, and this whole idea of the challenge call. And so, so it's the opportunity to fulfill, right, like who I am, so that's the answer to the question what the challenge call is. And then also, quite frankly, it's a marketing tool, so I know that if I do a certain number of challenge calls over time, a certain number of people are going to ask me, hey, so you got time for another client?
What's up with that challenge call? Let me tell you what's up with that challenge call. I'd love to tell you what's up with that. Yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah. So, but one thing I want to make clear: the challenge call is not. Challenge call is a coaching call, and it is not a business presentation, a sales presentation. It's not a conversation about why I have a coach. It's not a conversation about why I have Greg or Kirk as a coach. It literally is, we're going to go to work on something that's important to you, and that's the only thing we're going to do. And then if you have some question about whether or not you might like to engage us for something, for some reason, then you can generate that conversation, or you can get back to us whenever you'd like to, but that's not part of the challenge call. So I'm going to make that clear. It is a risk-free, open space. It is a gift, and that's all that it is. And so just to tie all that up in a bow, the challenge call is also a marketing vehicle, because I know if I do 10 challenge calls, I actually know about how many people are going to engage me in something without being asked, So, that's the challenge call, and then
can I create a little bit about challenge call before we move on?
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
So Kirk powerfully created so much of what he just shared as the possibility of the challenge call forming, and then all sorts of synergistic, miraculous relationships started showing up in my life around the language challenge call, right? I was going to say the words, but that's not doesn't communicate enough.
Yeah.
The language challenge call is like such a miraculous discovery for me. We all face challenges, right? So it's a noun, right? So some of my training as an English major / business major is going to show up. No, pardon me if I get a little grammatical, but you know, challenge. I know. Hold on, hang on.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So anyway, the challenge is a noun, right? It's a noun. It's a dilemma, right? Or it's a goal. You know, maybe it doesn't have any bad connotations whatsoever. It's your vision of the journey you want to be on, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to call you to heroic action, a challenge, right?
Heroic, by the way, for me in this context, ordinary person up to something big, up to something extraordinary.
Yeah. And we're all ordinary, and we all have the opportunity to be up to something extraordinary. Absolutely. That's a hero. Absolutely. So challenge is a noun, right? At least what I just created. It's also like, wow, what an action verb it is, right? I sound like like a grammar wonk, but like it's the sexiest action verb I've ever heard, right? I'm challenging you. I'm engaging with you in a way that is beyond any level of shining the light and the love on what you're capable of than ever before. You get that what I did not create in there, and I'm just going to point to it for a little bit of contrast, not to dwell on it. What I didn't point to there is I'm challenging you to be perfect, or to win no matter what, or to succeed with a capital S. You know, whatever your definition of success is, a true, soulful, effective challenge is actually about lightness, freedom, and having experience of achieving what you're after, right? So I wanted to create that around challenge and action verb.
That's great. And there's probably a lot more there to discuss, but yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you. So also, then there's the call, right? Oh my God, again, what's such a beautiful word. I mean, you go to the dictionary, like just the word challenge, again, 10, 15 definitions jump out at the dictionary. The word call, there's like pages of what a call, but you know, we created the call is this 30-minute space that's a gift that you created so beautifully. And now you're challenged to your calling. This is the challenge to your purpose.
And that's the bad news.
Yeah, well, right. The good news and the bad news. You know, I have a phrase, a bumper sticker that I'm really loving carrying around right now, which is, it's all grace and gravy, baby. And, you know, and it's really funny, you know, you got two connotations on gravy, because some people love gravy and some people are kind of like, isn't the meat good enough without the gravy? Anyway,